In the simmering cauldron of international affairs, a new ingredient has been thrown in. The US is now targeting Iranian oil, confirming that crude exports will nosedive. This is a dangerous move that threatens to escalate the Middle East crisis. In the intricate web of geopolitics, this recent development is like a ripple in a pond with far-reaching consequences. The Middle East, a region already riddled with tensions, now faces another crisis. The US has set its sights on Iranian oil, a move that's sure to put a severe dent in Iran's crude exports. This decision is not just a mere economic strategy. It's a high-stakes geopolitical move that could heighten tensions in a region already on the brink. The US's decision to target Iranian oil comes on the heels of increased attacks on US targets in Iraq and Syria, following US airstrikes against Iran-backed militias. This move is reminiscent of a high-stakes chess game, with each move carrying significant implications for the players involved, and indeed the entire globe. As Iran's crude exports are set to take a tumble, the global economy braces for the impact. The reduction in oil exports from one of the world's leading oil producers is bound to have economic repercussions. With oil being a critical resource that fuels the global economy, a dip in its supply can send markets into a tailspin, affecting everything from the price at the pump to the cost of goods and services worldwide. Furthermore, this move has a domino effect, influencing not just the economy, but also the political landscape. The tension between the US and Iran is nothing new, but this recent development could potentially ignite a powder keg, escalating the situation to a whole new level. The implications of this decision are far-reaching. It's a move that has the potential to intensify an already volatile situation, not just in the Middle East, but across the world. The world watches with bated breath as the situation unfolds and the consequences of this decision begin to take shape. This unprecedented move by the US has sent shockwaves around the globe, and the ripples are just beginning to be felt. As the tension escalates, the dominoes begin to fall. Even Jordan has now dropped a significant diplomatic and economic bombshell that threatens to rally the rest of the Arab world. Now, Jordan's role in the Middle East is often underestimated due to its relatively small size. However, its strategic location and diplomatic ties make its decisions far-reaching. By taking a stance that could potentially rally other Arab nations, Jordan is adding another layer of complexity to an already tense situation. Let's consider the potential consequences of Jordan's decision. First and foremost, it could influence the balance of power in the Middle East. The region is a complex web of alliances and rivalries, and any shift can have significant implications. If other nations follow Jordan's lead, we could see a significant shift in the region's power dynamics. Now, let's turn our attention to the potential ripple effects on the global political landscape. The Middle East has been a focal point of international politics for decades, and any major shift there can send shockwaves throughout the world. For instance, the US has significant interests in the Middle East, and a shift in the region's balance of power could affect its foreign policy. The same applies to other global powers such as Russia and China, who also have their own interests in the region. Moreover, given the Middle East's significant oil reserves, any major upheaval could also affect global oil prices. This, in turn, could have far-reaching economic implications, given the role of oil in the global economy. However, it's important to remember that these are potential scenarios. The actual outcomes will depend on a multitude of factors, including how other nations react and the specific policies implemented by Jordan and others. The repercussions of this diplomatic bombshell are yet to be fully realized, but it's clear that the Middle East is on the brink of a new chapter. Meanwhile, in Europe, diamond sanctions are now coming down on Russia, adding another layer of complexity to this intricate geopolitical puzzle. The reasons behind these sanctions trace back to ongoing geopolitical tensions and alleged human rights violations. This move is not just a political statement, but a significant economic blow to Russia, a major player in the global diamond industry. Now, let's delve a little deeper. The sanctions directly impact Russia's economy by cutting off one of its valuable revenue streams. Russia, being one of the world's largest diamond producers, relies heavily on the diamond trade. The sanctions could potentially lead to a significant drop in the country's exports, causing a ripple effect on its economy. But the implications go beyond Russia's borders. The global diamond market could also feel the tremors of these sanctions. With a major supplier like Russia facing restrictions, diamond prices may surge worldwide, impacting consumers and the jewelry industry at large. This could lead to a shift in the diamond supply chain, with countries looking for alternative suppliers or even synthetic diamonds to meet demand. Politically, these sanctions could further strain Russia's relations with Europe and, by extension, the West. It's a powerful message from Europe, showing they're willing to take decisive actions. But Russia is not likely to sit idle. We can expect Russia to respond, perhaps with counter-sanctions or other strategic moves, further escalating tensions. In the end, it's not just about diamonds or oil. These sanctions are part of a larger geopolitical chess game, with nations using economic measures as strategic moves to assert their stance and influence outcomes. As the world watches, the chess game of international politics continues to unfold, with each move having potential implications far beyond the immediate players.